So targets, buying yourself a target is well worth it because you're going to want to practice at home. Now, whether you're going to go and get yourself a foam target from a shop or whether you're going to make yourself one, the very first target I had, and I used these for years on end. I mean, it wasn't actually that long. I did buy my first Reinhardt target not too long after for shooting broadheads in particular because I didn't want to have to sharpen them like crazy every single time I shot them through my old system. So the old system, and there's a video on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and it was literally just going to Kmart into the back or Bunnings in the back in the bins, and they've got all of their packing plastic, stuffing as much packing plastic as you can into a cardboard box, and then taping the absolute crap out of it, just taping it up so it all stays in there. And that density, if it's really compressed in there, that will stop your arrows. However, it's not as secure maybe as just getting yourself a target. The other variation of this is like the floor matting, the rubber floor matting, like the foam floor matting that you'd use for camping, let's say, that you can get from Bunnings, from Kmart, from Target, stuff like that. That stuff can work really well if you get a heap of that and just compress it. So you can either compress it by duct taping it all up, or I've seen people do it where they'll get 2 bits of wood on each end and essentially bolt it down. So drill all the way through, bolt it down. So you've got the bolts on the outside. So drilling through the wood, having your big long rods on the outside of the foam and just tightening it all the way down, bolting it all the way down. So it just compresses it. So you're shooting into that foam. That can also work really well. Good target. I mean, really probably looking $200-$300 or thereabouts if you're going to get like a big one that's going to last you a long time. And then, of course, there's all like your 3D targets, and they're really great for the concept of learning where to shoot on an animal and doing it consistently, because there's a difference between shooting a target that's a dot and shooting a target that looks like an animal and knowing exactly where you're going to hit it every single time. So as a concept or best practice, buying a 3D animal is definitely one of the better things you can do for, once again, making it as repeatable of a process as possible and going through the same concept time and time and time again in practice. And it will translate a lot to when you're then shooting a real life animal compared to if you're just shooting a block, for instance. And don't get me wrong, this is still a very powerful method, is just shooting and practicing and getting used to it. But when you've got a live animal then in front of you, no matter what you've been shooting as a target, you're still going to get adrenaline dumping into your body, and it's going to be, you're going for a ride. Let's just say it that way. So yeah, buying and setting up yourself a target is a given. You have to have it, right?